So overall, we're looking at a really fun but flawed game here. It's definitely a game where I have to overlook a lot of its issues. I didn't even really mention how clunky the menus can be. There's not even a multi-select option in the shop. Plus, if you want to recruit team members before an expedition, you have to constantly go back and forth between your base and the friend areas over and over again after every adventure because for some reason it resets it. It's a pain. It's the clunkiness like this that makes the game very rough around the edges, but with that does come some charm. The game's also fairly heavy on the bull, and I'd go as far to say this is the hardest mystery dungeon game due to its small inventory, which hinders your ability to deal with the long dungeons in the post-game. But these cons do not outweigh the pros for me, a heartwarming story full of memorable characters that actually affect how I see Pokemon in many different media now. While it is basic and simple, I still believe it can be enjoyed by many today, although if you've played the other games in this series, you'll know that this isn't the best that can be offered. The game looks and sounds amazing. Seriously, musically, it's a freaking masterpiece, and the gameplay loop you could fall into can either make or break your relationship with this game. For me though, I got completely raveled up on it. I just wish that some of the edges weren't so rough and there was a smoother way to play. Oh wait, there is. So after saying all this, where does this leave the game in my thoughts? Well, I'm honestly quite mixed on it, but I think a lot of that comes from preferring the old mechanics and the way those games felt. This game you have to play a bit differently to the original, taking advantage of its new additions and changed mechanics. But the things it genuinely improves on makes for a much more comfortable experience, which I can recommend to someone wanting to get into the series. However, making it more comfortable does mean it loses a lot of rewarding and satisfaction you get from doing well, especially in the harder dungeons. Even with its improvements to the UI and menus, some things still make me scratch my head. Like, why can't I control what moves Pokemon who have just joined my team use? Because I'm stuck with this shit. I don't think there's much more I can say about this one. It smoothed out some of the rough edges from the original, but those rough edges sometimes kept me engaged and entertained. These games aren't for everyone, but I do think it says a lot when I can play these two back to back. I'll not really feel burnt out or mega bored at any point. Weirdly enough, in some weird way, I think these games' flaws actually make them more appealing to me. And the soundtrack. So if you've ever wondered what it's like to be a Pokemon, give these games a go. I'm sure you'll find something that's slightly entertaining there at least. But if you do, I will warn you, get those tissues at the ready. Don't cry, Caterpie!